Today is an introduction of how to use Crayola Model Magic. Now, if you've never used Crayola Model Magic before, you are in for a treat. So, purchase a package of Model Magic. I like white. They do sell colors, but in this demonstration I'm going to show you how to work with white Model Magic. Model Magic is like clay, except it is a lot lighter, and you can do a lot of unique things with it, and it is also an air-dry material, which means you do not need to fire it in any kind of clay kiln. It just dries on its own. Because it dries on its own, you need to use it pretty much within an hour, or put it in a tightly sealed baggie if you're going to use it another day. So, let's explore the Model Magic. If you have it at home, take it out of the container, pull it, stretch it, break it apart. You'll notice that if you pull slowly, it stretches nicely. If you pull quickly, it breaks apart. So just knead it. Use your hands, squeeze, passing it from one hand to another. Just really get a feel for the unique texture of the material. You'll notice that it's extremely lightweight. It stays lightweight as it dries and even after it dries, and it bounces when it's dry. It will not get hard, but it will not be able to be molded anymore after it's dry. So today, I'm going to color it. If you have a packet of markers, I'm using Crayola markers. You can use pretty much any kind of marker. I don't really suggest permanent markers. They will stain your skin. Crayola washable markers will wash off of skin. So, if you get white Crayola Model Magic, start poking it with color. Now, you will not be able to get this color out, but you will be able to dye the white Model Magic any color you wish. So, poke it for a while, and squeeze it together and pull. Squeeze and pull. Squeeze and pull. Break it apart. You'll notice that it is beginning to turn green. So, you're going to alternately poke it with the marker. You can smear it on, but it's not as effective for this process. Poke and squeeze and break and pull. You can't hurt the Model Magic, so do whatever you can to get that color moving through the white material. Check it out. It's turning green. Well, I want it a little darker. So if I want it darker, I'm going to continue to add more color with my markers. If you're doing a project that requires colored Model Magic, you can either purchase colored Model Magic, or you can color it by hand with markers. Now, I suggest coloring it by hand because it's a really fun process, and you can achieve any shade of any color you want. Check this out. Look how it's marbled. Isn't that pretty neat? You could even leave it like that for a really cool texture. Look how I twist it. And the color, you can see the veins of color running through it. That's really cool. That would actually be a really cool kind of abstract creation if I let that dry. But that's not what I'm aiming to do today. I want to turn this green. You can have a little brother or sister help you. They would find that this is very fun. As long as you're working with the Model Magic, it will not dry out immediately. See the Model Magic that I'm not working with? I might want to wrap that tightly in some cellophane or a Ziploc bag so that no air dries it out. But I'm going to use it in just a moment so it can stay there for now. All right, we have green. Now I want a little bit of red. You wouldn't want to dye the whole package red if you only need a little bit of red. So just like the green, I get out the red marker and I start applying color. This is what happens if you use two colors. We can do some color mixing. I'm going to use pink and red. It's just the same as one color, except I will achieve a shade that's in between pink and red. Maybe like a hot pink? We'll see. Depends how concentrated my color is. That means how much coloring I put into the Model Magic. I think it needs to be a little darker. Poke it with red, poke it with pink. Watch when we twist it. We'll get some really cool shades happening here. So neat. So I made a shade of pink and I made a shade of green. Get out your markers and your Model Magic and try to make some shades of your own.